Hey y'all, it's my review for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, episode 19. The title of this episode is We Need to Talk About Kathy. And I find it funny that they named it that when, in fact, they didn't talk about what Kathy said. And I don't like it. I did not like this episode. I mean, it was cute for what it was, but it didn't give me what I was looking for. And I'll let y'all know why by the end of it. I was really perturbed how production or editing, whatever, how they handled this whole Kathy situation. But let's get into the episode. So they start this off dramatic as hell. We get the scenery, the wind blowing, and the timestamp. Clearly, it's the following day after whatever happened, and we're at Kyle's Aspen house. Speaking of which, Kyle's Aspen house is nicer on the outside than it is on the inside. No shade. Well, that is shade. Never mind. We see Kyle as well as a distressed Lisa Rinna packing because they're headed back to Beverly Hills. We cut to Lisa's confessional and she gets right into it. She says Kathy had a major meltdown at the club they were at and she's never seen nothing like it before. Lisa Rinna, I'm gonna need you to stop. You never seen nothing like that before? You've been on this show for at least 6 seasons and let's rewind back to Amsterdam. You've seen a meltdown like that before. They're both now reflecting on how stressful this Aspen trip has been. Rich white lady problems. Oh, I'm in beautiful Aspen in my luxurious house. I'm so sad. Kyle, people are dying. Lisa again is just saying how appalled she was by the behavior that she saw, and she's just in shock. So far, it's very vague. We're not getting explicit details. Kathy is in the house right now too, but she's not leaving her room. We also find out that Kathy told Kyle that she's not getting on the plane with them. She's staying in Aspen. This is around the time, I want to say, was this last year? Like Kathy Hilton posted on her Instagram, Rich get me out of here to her husband, as if she couldn't just send that via text. We cut to Kyle's confession and she says somehow this is going to be my fault at the end of the day. Well, Kyle, considering your history with Kim, I mean, it's not far-fetched that this might be your fault. So next scene, we see all the ladies, with the exception of Kathy Hilton, making their way to the private jet back home. Child, not only do these ladies have the private jet, they're getting full-on waitstaff service on the jet. Money. Lord, here we go. We on the jet, and now Erica telling Sutton, I don't want to fight with you. I'm tired of it. Look, it's okay to not like each other. It's fine, but don't give us this merry-go-round. So of course they're making up for the 3rd or 4th time. Whether if Erica means it or not, who knows? Erica then takes this time to apologize to anyone who she blew up on in Aspen. Sutton's getting emotional as Erica's apologizing. Garcelle's like, are you crying? Garcelle, we see each other like, girl, why are you crying? And then we cut to Sutton in her confessional. Is the plane going down? I think I could do a better Sutton impression, but it's Southern white lady. I mean, I'm hoping Erica's being real with me. Sutton is just so funny. Like, I like Sutton. And I know I'm probably going to be mentioning I'm going to BravoCon a lot in these upcoming weeks, but yeah, I'm hoping to meet Sutton as well. When I see her, I'm going to be like, girl, I didn't like you at first, but I adore you now. So now we get to talking about Kathy. So they're all asking like, where's Kathy? They say she decided to stay back home. And we cut to Erica's confessional and she says, we all know Kathy had a bit of a breakdown. So everyone was at the club except for Sheree and Garcelle. So everybody saw her blow up. But Erica is the only one who got a play-by-play from Rinna because Rinna went home with Kathy. And according to Rinna, allegedly, Kathy Hilton was unhinged when she got back to Kyle's house. So now we're hearing from a bunch of the ladies from their perspective what happened at the club they were at. So first we're with Sutton, and she says everything was fine, but Kathy wanted to do a conga line in the club. Nobody really wanted to do it. And that's when she just went off, particularly on Kyle. And then she told Sutton, if you don't come home with me, you're not my friend. So they get to Crystal and she says she saw some commotion, but she didn't really see anything that was going on. We get to racist Diana, and side note, I do like this confessional look of her. She looks a little bit younger with her hair down, and I actually like what she's wearing. Anyway, she says when she left the bathroom, she saw Kathy raging on the girls, particularly Kyle. Could you imagine Kathy Hilton? Kyle, you're not a good sister. I'm being silly, I'm sorry. We get Kyle's account, and she said Kathy told her she was really pissed off and we need to leave the club right now. And Kyle says she didn't know what was going on. So we, the viewers, at this point in the episode, we're trying to find out what pissed Kathy off and what exactly did Kathy say to garner the reaction from some of the ladies, especially Lisa Rinna. Those are the two questions. They keep like dangling it in front of us like a carrot in front of a horse. And you know, we're only 6 minutes in. So when I first watched this episode, I was like, I'm gonna be patient. You know, they're building it up, but they're gonna tell us. Let's continue. They're giving us a play-by-play through all the ladies' confessionals of what happened. So then Kyle says that she wanted to stay at the club. So then we get to Dorit. She said eventually Rinna volunteered to go with Kathy back to Kyle's place. So now we're with Lisa Rinna, and she says while they were in the Sprinter van, and mind you, the Sprinter van had cameras. So I don't know why they don't show us the footage. Where's the footage, Bravo? They cut the cameras off in the Sprinter van? I doubt it. Now, according to Rinna, Kathy Hilton was going off in the car, saying she's going to take down NBC, Bravo, the show, single-handedly. I will fucking ruin you all. I believe this coming from Rinna. Like, she's lied sometimes, but I believe this. So then Lisa says when they get back to Kyle's place, Kathy was still hot. She took off her glasses and started jumping up and down on them, punching the walls. Can y'all imagine Kathy Hilton like just jumping up and down on her sunglasses and beating the walls? Oh, I don't know if y'all are on Twitter, but there's this gif of this white woman like just going berserk in her house, just doing this and then tearing down the curtains and flipping over the tables and stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's just a funny thought of Kathy Hilton just raging like that. Rinna ain't holding back in this confessional. She says Kathy said that she made Kyle, she will destroy Kyle and her family if it's the last thing she'll do. If it's the last thing I do. Now she putting 20 on 10. I'll get you kitties and your little dog too. That's what I imagine when she's like, if it's the last thing I ever do. We cut to Kyle's confessional, and she says she knows that Rinna was texting Erica a play-by-play. And you know, nosy-ass Kyle, she said she was looking at Erica's phone, and she saw some things that she was taken aback by, and she was afraid to go back to her own house. Like, what do you think Kathy's gonna do to you, Kyle? Like, as soon as you walk in the door, she's gonna strangle you? Now, wait a minute, Lisa Rinna. You did not just say out of them big old lips that Kyle is more famous and successful than Kathy Hilton will ever be? Really? The whole reason why Kyle was cast on season 1 is because she was related to the Hiltons. Let's get that straight. Like, I don't really care for Kyle. I think she's a snake. Well, I do like Kyle for the show. But let's keep it all the way real. Her connection to the Hiltons, particularly Paris and Nikki, like being their aunt, that was a selling point for her to be on the show in the first place. She's delusional. She's basically trying to say Kathy is jealous of Kyle and harboring some type of grudge still with the whole Mauricio agency thing. As well as that time when Kyle produced that show about their mother. It's called American Woman with Alicia Silverstone. I think that lasted maybe 1 season. Now, Lisa Rinna had me until she started talking about Kathy Hilton like that. Like, did we not see Kathy Hilton last season? We saw her house compared to Kyle's house. Come on now. So next scene, we're back in Beverly Hills. The Aspen saga is officially over. We're with Sutton and Rinna, and they're out together trying to find a gift for Crystal because her birthday is coming up. Oh, Lord have mercy. We get a flashback of Crystal inviting all the ladies to her birthday celebration, and it's a Great Gatsby theme. Lord have mercy, that is the biggest reality cliche of all time. A Great Gatsby party? I'm tired of it. Can we think of a new era besides disco and Great Gatsby? We gotta be more creative producers. Can we do a 90s theme at least? 2000s? Something. I think they've done a Great Gatsby party on every franchise of Housewives at this point. We then cut to Kyle at her house as she's packing. She said she's gonna be missing Crystal's birthday celebration because she's still filming Halloween Ends. I still have never seen one Halloween movie in the franchise, but good for Kyle. I heard the last movie was trash. Hopefully this one's better. Damn, Kyle says she still hasn't heard from Kathy since the trip. Wow. So next scene we're with Dorit and Erica, and they're at this luxury chocolate place where they get to make chocolate in the back. Erica, she's dressed like an older version of Cher from Clueless, like with the whole plaid outfit. Like, this looks like an updated version of that. It's cute, I'll give it to her. So they're having fun making chocolate or whatever, and then the topic of discussion is Garcelle on The Real talking about Erica's diamond earrings. Dorit brings it up, of course. Erica is bothered by it because she said Garcelle could have gave her a heads up. And Garcelle told us a few episodes ago the reason why she didn't tell her. I mean, first, they weren't in a good place, and second, like, there was no compassion to the victims when she was talking about the earrings. Look, if I'm not fucking with you, you're not getting my grace. I'm sorry. Dorit is just such a fucking minion to Erica. So now she's telling Erica, just because she was in her corner, like to the other ladies, particularly Kyle and Garcelle, it's that she also doesn't have compassion for the victims. Erica is, of course, pissed off when she hears this, and she says, you know what? I'm tired of being the whipping boy in this group when I know that there's other people who display behavior that isn't so great. And of course she's alluding to Kathy Hilton, but she doesn't want to say it. Why is she talking like that too? I guess they know they're on camera. Dorit lays out her confessional. They're saying they know what comes with coming after Kathy Hilton. Like, she's mega rich, she's super influential in LA. She has very wide connections, so maybe that's why the ladies are backing off or sweep under the rug the situation that happened at the club. Dorit even says there's different rules for the hyper elite. I believe her. I just hate that term, hyper elite. And all the ladies should be held to the same standard, the same accountability. They're still being vague about the whole Kathy Hilton situation. Erica thinks she's on a soap opera right now. If you think I'm gonna be the whipping boy in this group, you got another thing coming, honey. As she sips her champagne right afterward. Girl, get out of here. Now, she has a point though. If they're gonna hold her to the fire, they need to hold Kathy to the fire. So I agree with Erica on that. So next thing we get a montage of all ladies getting ready for Crystal's Great Gatsby birthday celebration. We're with Garcelle now, and Sheree's coming over. Sheree looks good. I love her in this little flapper dress, and Garcelle, yes, I love these like Chanel suspenders and this necklace. She looks expensive. So Sheree is downstairs waiting on Garcelle to finish getting ready. She sees the gift that Garcelle got Crystal with a card on top. Sheree takes the card, gets a highlighter, and writes her name on the card too, and puts it back in the envelope and seals it. That was a funny scene. I'm like, finally, oh, Sheree is on the show. Sheree then tells Garcelle when she gets downstairs, I put my name on the card. Garcelle's like, I will fuck you up. I really wish this was uncensored because I really want to hear Garcelle say, I will fuck you up. So Garcelle tells Sheree that the real air that she was talking about Erica's earrings, and you know, she didn't give Erica the heads up, and she's going to be seeing Erica tonight, so she just wondered how she's going to react. Sheree is actually feeling compassion for Erica, surprisingly saying, oh, it's really tough, you know, to give up the earrings. I can imagine. Garcelle's like, girl, really? You have other shit. Give up the earring. I'm with Garcelle. The shit was purchased with stolen funds. Hand them over. Garcelle then says in her confessional, she's not saying nothing unless Erica brings it up. Does Erica even watch The Real though? I'm guessing somebody must have just sent her the clip. So I'm going to continue rating the ladies' looks for the night. And Crystal, I'm very disappointed. Like, what does this have to do with Great Gatsby at all? This is a very traditional cultural dress that she's wearing, but I feel like it doesn't even go with the theme when I think of Great Gatsby. And those shoes. Oh, I hate those shoes. So matronly. Really, girl? You turning 39, not 49. So Dorit, of course, she's on theme. I like what she's wearing. It's the typical, like, Great Gatsby 20s flapper dress girl with the mink coat. We see Racist Diane and her gay fiance. She looks cute. I like what she's wearing. Now Sutton, she tried. She's basically wearing a toned down version of what Dorit is wearing. Now Erica pulls up. I don't know what theme this is. Like, she's going for Disney villain. Like, all she's missing is a poison apple in her hand. Like, the headpiece, I mean, it's cute, but I don't think it's the theme. So Lisa Rinna comes in with the whole top hat. She is very committed to the look. She's giving a little masculinity as well as some femininity. Shout out to Alex. But I like the look though, it's very chic. Lord, we cut to her confessional and she's saying, I'm still in shock from what Kathy Hilton said. Rinna even goes as far to say she has PTSD from her incident with Kathy. It wasn't even directed at her, she just saw her spazzing out. But again, we still don't have any specifics of what Kathy Hilton said outside of what she said to Kyle. Like again, I heard that there was some slurs that were said. I need to know. I wanna know what slur that she said. The funny thing is, the Whitney song is How Will I Know? And I just be like, I wanna know. Anyway, that might be a running theme too, because I did it in the last video with Married to Medicine. And later on, look who shows up to the party. It is Kathy Hilton. It's kind of shocking because reports were saying that she stopped filming, like she got into it with production or whatever, but she pulls up like nothing happened. And she looks cute, but it looks like a slightly elevated version of a flapper dress that you got off of Amazon. So Kathy walks into the party, she's greeting everybody. In the corner of Rinna's eyes, she is shook and makes her way in an opposite direction. I'm sorry, but personally, I can't see myself being rattled by somebody's presence like that, especially if it had nothing to do with me. We then see Rinna avoid Kathy a second time. Like when she went to go sit in the living room, Rinna gets up and like, oh, I think I'm gonna go down to the basement. She's doing the most right now. So the party's just moving along, but we can clearly see on Lisa Rinna's face that she's just getting more and more uncomfortable just by Kathy Hilton's presence. Lisa also says that not only did Kathy talk about Kyle, but she talked about all the other ladies as well. But again, we're not told anything of what she said. So we're with Erica talking to Sutton and Crystal's husband, and she's just reminiscing about her old house that her and Tom used to live in. She's saying that her house was actually built in the 20s. And then we see like a little flashback of her and Tom walking in their backyard. She then tells Sutton that she drove by her old house the other day just to look at it. I think I have the image in my head, just her in her car passing by the house. This was my old life. It's funny how life will just snatch the rug from under you sometimes. Erica's talking about loss and grief, and I'm thinking she's talking about the money that she had. Who did she lose? So then later on, Crystal's making her birthday speech about, oh, this is the last year of my 30s, as the rest of the cast is rolling their eyes hard. And I forgot, like, some of these ladies are in their 50s. But hey, they be dressing younger than Crystal. So ladies are all sitting around now. Rinna's still acting weird, and she just left the room. But messy ass Doree, she asked Garcelle, oh, so the real, I saw you were talking about Erica. When did y'all film this? Doree know what she doing. And then we cut to her confessional. She's saying that she feels like Garcelle, she threw a grenade Erica's way and masked it as concern. Ooh, all right. And that is why Garcelle got Doree together on Watch What Happens Live. So then we see Crystal going after Lisa, and Lisa tells her, I'm just still upset about what happened in Aspen, and I can't sit here any longer, and I'm gonna have to go. Crystal's like, girl, is it really that bad? Lisa's like, yes. I mean, the editors are really working in overtime right now because it looks like Lisa is overreacting hard. Like, I really want to know, like, what did Kathy say that just rocked her like that? And it's really frustrating too because we only have 15 minutes left in the episode and they haven't given us any specifics of what horrific thing that Kathy Hilton said. So y'all can imagine my frustration, especially if y'all follow me on Twitter, CDiggy1 if y'all want to. I was really pissed. And they're still dangling this carrot in front of me, giving me blue balls. Just tell me what the fuck she said. Whew. Lord have mercy. Now Lisa's saying in her confessional, I'm really trying. But I've seen the devil, and it is Kathy Hilton. Girl, she is going for that Emmy. She really is. The only devil that I can relate to seeing on this earth is Kris Jenner, but that's a whole nother topic. So Lisa Rinna then leaves without saying goodbye to anybody. And of course the ladies are gonna ask about that. We then come back to the other ladies, and Erica directly confronts Garcelle about what she said on The Real. She says, I really would have appreciated a heads up. Ooh, and Erica knows what she's doing. She's trying to lay the guilt on Garcelle real thick. She says, oh, because I know that you shot it before Aspen, and I thought we had a good relationship. Like, we were on the snowmobiles having a good time. Erica doing this in front of all the ladies is just very intentional to me. And surprisingly, this was a cut and dry argument. There was no back and forth. Garcelle acknowledges that it bothered Erica and she apologizes, and Erica accepts it. I guess problem solved. But then it's interrupted by Crystal coming back downstairs looking a little upset, and they ask her, where did Rinna go? Now, of course, the camera zooms in on Kathy Hilton's reaction. She's just like, but the other ladies, they're all shocked. I guess what makes her exit even more meaningful, she didn't even tell Erica goodbye. Crystal lets the ladies know that Lisa said she was still shaken by the Aspen trip, like for some reason, and it looked like she saw a ghost. Majority of the ladies in the room were there when they saw Kathy Hilton go ballistic, and they know Lisa took Kathy Hilton home, so they all know. But I'm guessing they just don't want to bring it up in front of Kathy. Kathy, we see in her confessional, as well as in that scene, is unbothered. Oh, Kathy. In her confessional, she says, if I was the toe that broke the camel's back, then I apologize. Garcelle then tells Erica that she should check up on Rinna. So her, as well as racist Diana, go into a separate room to see if they could contact Rinna. Ooh, and Lisa Rinna doesn't answer Erica's call? Wow. I guess she really is that upset. So now Erica and Diana discussing the obvious reason why Lisa is upset. They're recounting the night, how Kathy Hilton was acting, how she went off on Kyle, and Erica, she got the play-by-play of Lisa Rinna by herself with Kathy. Why can't we see those text messages? I'm sure production asked Erica for that, but for some reason, they're not showing us. Okay, so we see Erica reading the text messages, but it's already information that we heard from Lisa Rinna. I'm sure there's something else that Lisa told Erica that we're not seeing, or probably not ever gonna see. Lord, and here go Erica talking like a villain in a soap opera again to Diana, paralleling her situation to Kathy, saying, you know, everyone's trying to condemn me, but when it comes to certain people, they don't want to talk about it. Like, all she's missing is a white cat to stroke while she's talking. But aside from Erica being extra, she does have a point. Like, we saw her whole meltdown, breakdown, her saying some awful shit. We should be able to see what Kathy Hilton said. And as they're talking about Kathy's wrath, like, we cut to Erica's confessional, and it just looked like producers chopped up what she said, because now she's saying all Kathy has to do is just admit her behavior. Like, admit what exactly? We got 4 minutes left, and they didn't tell us jack shit. And I feel conned as a viewer. Ooh, and now Diana calling Lisa chicken. Bop, bop, bop. Erica's like, what does that mean, chicken? Anywho, I actually agree with racist Diana. I mean, Lisa Rinna's usually want to be like, you damn right I'm gonna talk about it. For real, so keep that same energy. She should have brought it up at the party. It would have been explosive. But maybe she's waiting for Kyle to be there, like in the preview for the next episode. I'm trying to wait patiently, y'all, but I think they're just gonna focus on like what she said about Kyle and not the alleged slur that she said at the bar. So Dorit follow her ass, tell everybody that she's getting ready to go, but then she goes and sits down in the other room with Erica and Diana. So then all the other ladies decide to leave too. They're telling everybody goodbye, and then we see Dorit and Erica stay behind to chat. And side note, is Erica on some type of depressant or something? It feels like her whole demeanor is sluggish and lethargic. Like, is it just me? Anyway, their sneaky ass is just talking more about Kathy Hilton and why they think Lisa was upset. Okay, so as Erica's talking super dramatically to Dorit right now, she's like, I'm gonna tell you something. This is the reason why Lisa Rinna was upset. So she went back home with her in the Sprinter and more things were said. She's saying it just like that. I'm like, girl, just spit it out. And I'm thinking, okay, we in the last seconds of the episode. Like, are we gonna hear what the fuck she said? So then it looks like production cut out whatever Erica said, because now it looks like Dorit just said something, I just don't, fuck. Like, that's all we see. And then we cut to Erica in her confessional saying, be careful of those who have a lot to protect. She's like, well, I don't have anything to protect. We know, girl, we know. And then Erica's like this with her drink. Like confirming that I'm thinking she's on some type of pills yet again, mixing with alcohol. We then cut to Erica's confessional again, and she's complaining about why everybody's afraid of Kathy, and she's saying, well, it's her turn next. Well, unbeknownst to Erica, Kathy and her attorneys are like, not on my watch. So then the over theatrics continue with Dorit saying, you know, in all of this, the one person that's going to be affected by this is Kyle. And scene. And that is where the episode ends. They didn't tell us a fucking thing, and I was so angry. Andy Cohen, you need your ass whipped for this episode. They were jerking us off the entire episode and no climax whatsoever. Like, really? So at the end of this episode, it was apparent that they're protecting Kathy. Production, Bravo, etc. I guess and they don't want it with Kathy because she certainly got the money to bring the network to court. So, I don't know. This all kind of reminds me of season 3 with the Adrian Malou versus Brandy drama over the surrogacy and how the editors went into overtime cutting shit out. But the thing is, that was justified because it had to do with kids and she didn't tell her kids yet. Them protecting Kathy because of something, like a slur that she said, that's not cool. And I don't care if it is Kathy or she's funny. Like, we want to know, like, what happened. So I'm very disappointed by this, but I am looking forward to the next episode. This was basically filler. But now I want to share with y'all some tea that I saw on Twitter that I 100% believe. Now, this is from Your Moms Are Watching. I'm guessing it's a Bravo blog. But they said, here are my thoughts on last night's Beverly Hills. Bravo editing out any mention of Kathy's alleged homophobic slur in the club makes Erica and Rinna and Diana look like insane, overdramatic women trying to take down Kathy and failing. I know for a fact at least 2 of these women, not Rinna, spoke about what Kathy said about the DJ in the club in their confessionals and it was cut. What was left in to me looks like a choppy, poorly manufactured plan gone awry. Erica mentions a few times that someone powerful, Kathy, will be exposed, and then each time they cut to Rinna talking about Kathy yelling at the condo about her sister. That is not what Erica, Sutton, and Diana are referring to when they say Kathy acted like a different person. They are talking about her behavior in the club. And Crystal saw the meltdown, she was there. And the only 2 who didn't witness it was Garcelle and Sheree. This is the last part, y'all, because I know this is long, but this is so juicy, and I can totally see in this be 100% fact. But again, allegedly, because I ain't Tasha K, I ain't Nosy Ho, allegedly. Alleged what? Alleged who? What we're left with after this clumsy editing is a strangely nonsensical episode, I agree. Nobody says what they are actually talking about. It becomes just a matter of Rinna's words regarding the Kyle and Kathy stuff, and it seems like much ado about nothing. The actual big shocker of that night in Aspen, that Kathy may have used a slur, is left out altogether. No other sites will address the choppy editing and how Erica's confessionals made no sense in the context of what is shown. But what we're witnessing is the pure power of Kathy Hilton's team. Welcome to the new era of Beverly Hills, the Kathy Hilton years. Look, that's all I gotta say on it. That is exactly what is going on. I'm very disappointed because don't insult the audience's intelligence. That should be rule number 1, and it definitely puts me off a show that does that. But anyway, y'all let me know your thoughts on this situation, as well as this shitty ass episode that told us jack shit. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.